Alright, so what's up guys? So we're gonna be just showing like a little bit of the process with this animation um that I did of you know my guy on the subway. But yeah, I'm still learning animation, but I think it's cool to kind of like capture the journey and stuff like that so I can kind of compare like how good I was like now compared to like the future or even back then. So for this animation, it took like a total of, let me see, 270 frames of animation. And most of the animation is just coming from the city in the background. I'm not gonna go into like crazy detail or anything. I'm just gonna kind of like, yeah. So for the first like animation thing right here was mostly just him flipping his page. And that's like very simple. I try to go for like as simple and cartoony as possible with that. Very simple, but very, very smooth. And then you can see here the city in the background. There's three layers. It's like the nearest part of like the nearest city in view. Then we have the more further distant city in the back, and then we have like the big city in the back, which is meant to be New York, obviously, as you can tell here. But this is the full animation I made in Asoprite before Um, I took it over to DaVinci Resolve, which I use for editing, and I added all the effects and stuff. But yeah, very nice, very cool. Had lots of fun. This is all drawn by me. I switched it up a little bit, and I did some like blurring and stuff. Usually, I do a very simple style, but I wanted to give it more detail. And then this is what it looks like in my editing program with all the effects on it and stuff. And this shit is frozen, I think. Yeah, this motherfucker frozen. Okay, there we go. Okay. But yeah, as you can see here, it's a lot going on. Like I said, I want to keep this kind of brief and just showing, this is more for a progress update. That's mostly what this channel is right now. Like, I don't have any sort of real direction I'm doing. I'm mostly just uploading just for the sole purpose of fucking just documenting what I was like as a 19-year-old dude and shit, and how my artistic abilities kind of, change and evolve. And obviously, I have big plans for this channel, but we're just doing what we do right now. But yeah, like these are all the effects. I got like the text right here. Got multiple layers of filters, a little bit of what's it called, and we got the music. And this is what it looks like here. Yeah, and quick story about that song I used in the background. So like most of my music taste that I've acquired over my lifetime actually started when I was playing the PlayStation 4 as an 11-year-old kid. In 2017, I was listening to so much Playboy Cardi. I was listening to Lil Uzi. I was just listening to all of that shit. That was my shit, bruh. Like Cardi and Uzi, man, I was jamming everything by them, dude. I would just play the game all day and just bump their music like religiously, man. It was very fun times. I listened to a lot of dubstep as well, a lot of like trap remixes and shit. All of that. That was like my childhood for real. But so I had the Spotify link to my PlayStation. If you know, you know. If you're a PS4 kid, you know what I'm saying, you know about that, how you link the Spotify to or you can just make a whole ass Spotify account. But I was getting into the lo-fi shit, the lo-fi music and stuff, and I ended up discovering that song. It's called Winston by Iliam. And I couldn't like specifically remember how to spell the name of the artist, so I lost the song for a while, but I came back to it. And I was just like, yeah, this is the perfect song, like the vibe and everything. I just put it in FL Studio, slowed it down, mixed a few, just like barely tweaked the mix a little bit, and then, you know, it's like voila, it's like literally the perfect song. The song's pretty old and shit. I don't even know anything about the artist, but he he knows how to cook them bangers. And obviously, you can tell I'm going for like an Adult Swim bumper vibe. That's more like my swag, like when I how I approach things and stuff. I like to keep things simple, but I like it to, I like to have like intention and like meaning in it, and it's just I can find that balance with that, like going for that Adult Swim type of style. Like I can like cartoonishly express myself while also like making something really cool. And you know, like every time I animate something new, I literally learn new shit. Like I don't have like any sort of deep experience with animating. Like honestly, I don't remember animating shit like before 2025. The only thing I have experience with is like Lego stop motion videos, but yeah, I think it's really cool. Like how this is like a song I was listening to as like a kid when I was like grinding video games and shit on the PlayStation 4 in my room, and it's like I don't know, it's like it's like full circle moment and stuff, but yeah, and I really like how it's turned out. It's like I can't ever like get done with a project until it's exactly how I like it. And this is just like perfect for me. For like where I'm at as far as like skills and stuff like that, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. But I have to say that I am looking forward to definitely doing way more complicated stuff. But a lot of these more simple things have to, I have to I have to do more I have to get better at more simple animations and kind of work my way up, which is gonna take a while. But I'm definitely willing to put in the hard work and stuff because I love going through the process of these type of things, and I also equally love the outcomes and stuff as well. But yeah, not really much else to say, I think, but just expect more stuff with the art. And yeah, what really inspired this was honestly just visiting New York City and stuff. It's just a wonderful place. Like, I mean, y'all already know how I'm gonna live there one day. I really want to live there. And that's kind of like the goal as far as like moving out my parents' crib, get a spot up in New York City. Very nice spot, hopefully. And, just working hard every day. Just a little bit every day. That's kind of like my mindset. But yeah, just trying to stay positive. I failed my driver's test like a couple of days ago, no, yesterday. So I'm kind of debating whether or not I should kill myself. But, you know, I don't have to put too much thought into it when I can just think about my art and shit. And hopefully that will keep me from doing that. It's really hard to not feel like a fucking loser. Like my nigga, who does that shit? Like who fails their driving test? I love how this is a video about the animation, and we're going into talking about my fucking me trying not to kill myself, which I'm not gonna do. But yeah, I really do love New York City. That is a very wonderful place. It's just like I don't know, dude. It's something about like the city skyline is just very inspirational to me. And I do a lot of artwork. You guys may notice with like cities in the background ever since I was a kid, honestly. It just yeah. But that's why this turned out the way it did because like I have a lot of experience being on like a good amount for somebody who wasn't born in New York City. I have a pretty, I've been on the subway like a lot of times. So I just kind of got I understand the vibe. I understand the vibe, you know. Being granted that I'm not actually a New Yorker, I understand like the vibe and like the details and stuff. But yeah, this turned out really epic. It's on my channel if you guys just want to watch. It's like a minute 50. Yeah, minute 54 and 18 milliseconds. But yeah, man, expect more crazy cool stuff like this. Eventually, we're gonna be making whole ass movies, man. I don't know if they're gonna be animated. Maybe they'll incorporate some sort of animation, but it's only up from here, man. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's pretty much all I wanted to share was my little animation that I made and how I made it. Or not really how I made it, but just kind of giving some detail on it. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.